Hi everybody, welcome to my video all about bullet journals. As you can see, I've been bullet journaling for quite a while now, and I'm going to be flipping through all of my bullet journals for the last 7 years. Yes, that is quite some time to be committed to writing things down, but it's evolved quite a bit. I am definitely not perfect. I am not consistent. So if you clicked on this video thinking you were gonna see what I feel like is normally shown on bullet journal flip throughs, which are these like super complete, very aesthetic, like decorated bullet journals, that is not me. This is a very raw and real glimpse into my brain over the last 7 years, and I'm just going to tell y'all right now, do not judge. Okay, so this one is from 2013 and 2014. I think my mom gave me this book. At this time, I was in school. I was also working a lot of jobs, and I was also interning, or I guess like kind of like a little mentee to an artist named Hamilton Glass, who is still a very active, super awesome muralist in Richmond, Virginia. But as you can see, I was kind of just winging it with this book. I would just write each day down, kind of make a list, and do it. There was really no like cute formats or anything like that. This book really just, I'm showing you this one because it's like really, really rough. There's not a lot of organization to it, to be honest, but I was really just figuring it out. I would like have parts where I would save a page and write down like art opportunities. And then it looks like I had my monthly spreads in the back. Like, I don't know what that was about. But this is where I wrote my work schedule and stuff. Alright. Not a lot going on in that one. Hamilton sticker. I was obviously still working for Hamilton. And this is 2015 and 2016. So it looks like I started putting an index. This index looks pretty filled out. Look at me go. That's probably the first and last time it got that filled out. So it looks like I put like my expenses and my I would write down my bar tips every day after I worked to keep track of my money, because when you bartend, you get cash in hand, or like if you're a server, you get cash in hand, and woo, it flies right out your hand. So I found that I was able to save more when I started actually writing down what I was making, and then I would write down like if I picked up a shift for somebody. I tried this like monthly spread where I just wrote the days and the date on the side, and then I would write. I obviously wasn't doing that much because I just gave myself one line to do stuff. Oh, this is me keeping track of giving Lilo her little like heartburn medication, I'm pretty sure. Weekly goals. Wow. Nothing. Go you. Aw, this is when I was like brainstorming Etsy shop ideas. I really still love this design. I think it's adorable. Walking on stilts, and it's like me, Jason, and Noodle, who isn't alive anymore, and Lilo, and we're all on stilts traveling the world. Got some recipes in here. Look, illustrated cookbook, y'all. This was 2016. I've been playing around with the idea of making an illustrated cookbook for way too long. I don't know if I will ever execute, but I have so many. This is definitely, I think, a bullet journal that has a lot of recipes in it. This one, some hair recipes for like hair stuff. Wow, I did not flip through this stuff often. I totally forgot about some of this. Not a lot going on for me in 2016. I was still in Richmond, Virginia. Honestly, at this time in my life, I was like very confused about what I was doing because I had graduated from university the year before that, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I was super burnt out. I know that for a fact. Look at this. Get your shit together. I'm dead. Why did I talk to myself like that? Build a strong port. Sell art. Get out more. Help people. Exposure. Wow. These were my ideas. Do I still have? I sold all of these though. I'm thinking like, do I have some of this to show? I sold all of these and I was very proud of that. All right, this is, oh, cute. Art 180 planning when I was a art teacher for middle schoolers at Benford Middle School in Richmond. Did an after school program with them. And this was the way I organized it. It's kind of a mess. It's really funny. I don't know why I have that clipped together, but okay. There's another class that I did. Illustrated maps. This was really fun. I wish I had photos from this stuff, but I don't. This was me learning how to linoleum print. We got some more recipes here. I'm making this book, y'all. I need to make this book. I'm still rocking this monthly spread with the day and the date, and just literally so much work. All I did was work. Oh, this is when I painted my mural at Black Hand Coffee in Richmond. I wonder if that's still there. I haven't been by that in so long, but I should have a picture. The second artist was Steve. Can't think of his last name right now, but he is amazing, and I learned a lot from him. Oh, I ended up not even doing all of these watercolor portraits. That's something to come back to as well. I just really admire a lot of these women that I put on this list. Cookbook zine planning, I never follow through with that. I do not follow through with, I would say, half of the ideas that I have. I don't know. Comment down below if you are also an overthinker and not an overdoer. But to be honest, that is why I love bullet journaling, because like I have these ideas written down and they're not going anywhere. Like I can always come back to these for inspiration. Like I frequently flip through my old sketchbooks for inspiration, but I forget how much I write in my bullet journals, and I used to like sketch and doodle in them, and there's so much inspiration. Like, oh, when I was playing around with neon sign making, oh, I definitely think I have a picture from that. I sold this neon sign too at the holiday market for only like, oh my god, I think I sold it for like $100 or something. It was not enough, that's for sure. Alright, so this one ends December 18th. Looks like the rest of the year I was like, meh, we're fine. But this was really my first year like structuring a bullet journal in this way. Trying to like really organize it by color, having little boxes to fill in things that mean things. Like I only partially finished that chalkboard. Everybody does this differently. All right, this journal, pretty sure I was gifted this by Takia and Hamilton, the artist that I was working under. And this is 2017. I have like an opening spread. I don't know what's going on here. Trust the timing of your life. This was such a like pivotal year for me because we moved to Denver this year from Richmond. It was such a like big deal decision for us to do, to move across the country together, Jay and I. So it's very like manifesty and spooky that this was like my phrase for the year. Wow, not much of an index. I don't even know why I play myself. Not much on the goals here. Wanted to move to Denver. I did get a new modeling agent. Did we buy a car? I don't know if we ended up buying a car that. Oh look, your girl was trying to save. I definitely tracked my savings a lot this year because I was paying off freaking college bills still, even though I graduated in 2015. But that's what happens when you're paying for it yourself. Look at this, no touching. That would be a cute sticker right now. See, ideas. Also Lilo. What is this? Oh, recipes for cocktails. Yep. All of those are my original recipes for when I was working at the kitchen. And okay. Future log. Okay. 52 weeks of illustrations. Did I do this? I really doubt it. I don't think I did, but it was cute that I wrote it down. Anyway. All right. Still writing down artist opportunities. Looks like I had a gratitude log I never visited. Oh, brunch market. The brunch market is a staple in Richmond, Virginia. Started by Brittany of Sun and Celine. She is awesome. And if you live in Richmond, you'll probably know who I'm talking about. Lilo, please don't do that. Oh, I was watching a lot of tutorials and writing all the things down. Oh, I was visiting Denver. Doy. Because I visited Denver before I decided to move there. Some people do that, some people don't. But before I went, I kind of wrote down some things I wanted to do. I think this was like something I did on the plane or something like that. And I made this little sloppy infographic, or I guess it's kind of an infographic. It has like a lot of like things that I'm interested in the city. And I think I hit a lot of these places. Okay, this is when I went to Doha, Qatar. This may have been my 4th time going. Maybe, yeah, something like that. I love how I just casually went by that. I would visit Qatar every April. I don't even remember what years it was. It was like 4 or 5 years in a row, though. And I went with my university because VCU has a sister school over there, and I was working as a model, and I would walk in the fashion shows and sometimes do some photo shoots. It was a blast. Absolutely so much fun. Oh, Lord. Okay, so we done moved to Denver now. This is June. So yeah, this year I did a lot in this book. I was really dialed in and really trying to get my shit together. I started habit tracking, I tracked so much stuff because I was doing the AIP and I really was trying to figure out like what my symptoms were and like figuring out my reactions to certain things. So I was tracking stuff like what my poop was looking like just like crazy, ridiculous. Like it's just, you don't want to know. Anyway, wow, this is very organized for me. Wrote my intentions down for this month, which does not happen every single time. Wrote my savings and my financial plan reminder right there. A very extensive habit tracker. Like this month was like the month that I really was dialing in on my AIP. I think at this point I was like almost, maybe 6 months in, maybe a little less than that, and I really wanted to see changes. So at this point I had everything dialed in down to like the supplements and, you know, my food and my sleep and meditation, etc. So I was really doing the most here. It says you can't have it now, but you can have it later. That was me reminding myself that this was all temporary. Respect and honor your body. Take it one step at a time. Be kind to yourself. You're only human. Are you saying something valuable or are you just making noise? Quality over quantity. Oh, my gratitude log was on point. Wow. I was really trying to get it together. It was working too. I never felt as good as I did after this month, I remember. Okay, this is a new weekly spread I was trying out. I kind of like it. It works for this book. Oh, comfortably excluded started to come to fruition here. That Chloe and Hallie illustration. I actually did that one. I didn't do the Yara one. Alright, that was 2017. 2018. This was when I started putting stickers on my journal. This was the year where I after, you know, really dialing in at the end of 2017, I went full in 2018. I really love the way I set up the index, even though I did not fill it out. This was my year at a glance. My goals for that year. Book list. I did not read all of these, but these were books that I wanted to read. Went to Qatar again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so Qatar. This was the last Qatar year. That's where I got this book. This journal is from VCU Qatar. It changes colors in the sun, like it turns orange. It's pretty cool. Habit tracker. Tracked my period even. Who was I? Wow. Oh, this was the year where I got into journaling heavily. I attended my first OR, not really though, because I couldn't get in. I did not have a badge, but I sat in a bunch of talks and took a bunch of notes. This is a little sketch of Amanda Goad and Jen Gurecki. That's hilarious. I made a master list of brands I wanted to work for. Oh my gosh. I worked with Rose House. Oh my gosh. I worked with 303 Magazine. I worked with Patagonia. Wow. I wrote some intentions down in February. This is a very cute spread. I was tracking my Instagram growth at the time. 800 followers. Wow. I gained a total of a whole 25 followers that month. That's how it feels right now, to be honest. That's fine though. Misspelled a word, it's fine. Literally, I feel like somebody else would have ripped this page out. I truly don't care. I just wrote it in there. I played around with drawing things for some reason, which doesn't really happen often because I don't do that in my bullet journals, as you could see. I took another trip, so I made another little list of all the things I wanted to see, and I also made like a packing list here, it looks like, and me planning Valentine's Day brunch, which was so fun. But yeah, I went to Lodged Out, which was, wow, amazing. Had the best time, met Katie Bouet when I was there. I really invested in myself this year. Like, I took so many risks. I said yes to so many things that scared me. I was really dialed into my journal, like really focusing on figuring out what I wanted. I made a list. This is a list of like studio spaces and how much they cost, I think. When I thought I needed a separate studio space. These are my brain dump pages at the end of each month. I just throw whatever on here. I was like planning for Afropunk, planning for Qatar, it looks like. Still tracking my habits. My like morning routine. This one I like this one because I like separated it by, I guess, category. So like I was taking supplements on a regular, at least like when I first started out, it helped to like to track it in order to gain that routine and consistency that I really struggle with. So this really helped me, but it may not be necessary for others. My expenses, and at this point I was like writing what each expense was for because I was trying to start my art business. So I was pretty consistent, honestly, for the first time in what felt like my entire life throughout this year. This is probably the journal I'm the most proud of because really I feel like it works. Like when you really put in the time to like track your life analog, it works. Like you're seeing yourself grow on paper. Wow, I did a really long journal entry after Project 16X. Everybody's handles from the trip that I went on. I was so shook when I got invited to Project 16X. Oh my gosh. And it's crazy because look at how like full my monthlies are compared to back in the day when I was just like winging it. Like I was really tracking everything. At this point, 2018 in August, we're on episode 13 of Comfortably Excluded, and I was planning my own Inktober with my self-care topics because, as you can see, like self-care and really diving into self was something I was really focusing on. This is my August journal. This book specifically was big enough for me to use it as a bullet journal and as a actual journal. And here is Inktober 2018, second year in a row, boom, being consistent with something. I was on cloud 9 because, whew, it was tough. So yeah, that's 2018 for ya. It was a lot of work. I started really diving into the outdoor industry. I did so much that year. Almost filled this giant book. I was very proud. And then lastly, we have last year. Did not finish my index again. But wow, this year was full. I did not know my year was going to be this full when I made this year at a glance. So I definitely did a different year at a glance this year because this was not enough space. But my goals, wow. I came into 2019 with like all the goals. I was just like, I want to make so much money. I want to start modeling again. I want to grow my hair a certain length. I'm going to snowboard. I'm going to rock climb. Like, I did all of those things. And I did chalk art signs for a local business here in Denver. It was great. It was a great year. This journal spread is kind of what I've been sticking with, I would say. I fell into this 2-page weekly spread that then leads to I guess I have some expenses here. Wrote down some first quarter goals, had my brain dump page at the end, did a bunch of snowboarding research, garden planning. Did not write down any intentions in February. Put my brain dump at the beginning, apparently. That happens. I had a list of the projects I was working on. My outdoor retailer list of like people that I met, notes about them, and if I contacted them and like if they need to follow up. This was me brainstorming all the way back in, what was this, February, about a road trip that I don't end up taking until September. But these were my chasing waterfall ideas. This is a mural project that I and Montrese and I would love to do one day. Just so many memories. If you're thinking about getting into bullet journaling, just jump in and do it. Like, I think it's totally worth it. Some people look at this as a lot of work. I personally love it. This is me tracking my mileage for like the trips I was taking for work. Sometimes I like to write little like affirmations, positive phrases at the beginning of each month to give myself a little boost. You got this, girl. I'm still tracking expenses. It's not something that I do in my bullet journal anymore because I have an accounting software now, but it really was helpful to do it by hand. Oh, Denver Zine Fest happened around this time. I sold the zine that I created the year prior, the self-care one. As you, like, intentions are empty again. It's so funny, like, it either hits or it doesn't, you know? Like, I really don't beat myself up on it. Like, if I'm feeling it, it flows. If I'm not feeling it, it's empty. Like, just, you know, no one's gonna see this unless you do a flip through on YouTube. I'm planning for Chasing Waterfalls road trip right here, which was a sponsored road trip for charity where I did paintings of waterfalls around the Four Corner states and donated the money to the Navajo Nation. I got to take my cousin. It was so awesome. My friends. This was our little itinerary. Wow. I was really busy in September. That's when we took the trip, so I'm not shocked that none of that stuff got filled out. So I wasn't doing a habit tracker at all this year, and then all of a sudden I decided to do one, but didn't even like finish it out for the month. I find that I go back to it when I am really lacking structure. They really help kind of make me focus and give me something to check off. Like, I'm just a list person. Oh, planning, that looks like the Outdoors for All artwork. And this was some ideas for the Snooze Cool Shop Awards. I tend to sketch. Like I said, I use these to like take notes for meetings now, and there will be times where I'm in the meeting like sketching out ideas for the design. So that's just what that is. Did a lot of traveling in 2019. Who knew that we'd be sitting still in 2020, y'all? All right. Whew. This is a long video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm curious to know how many of you have tried bullet journaling. How long have you been doing it? Are you interested in doing it? Was this helpful? But this was a super fun trip down memory lane, and I am really grateful for my journey, honestly, and I'm happy that I have these bullet journals to document it. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and I will see you in the next one.